and James Bailey, who is in for his first start of the season for the under-18s. On the left, Jim Thwaites plays in a less central position. James Scanlon switches to the right-hand side, and Victor Musa is back in as the central striker. On the bench for United, some very exciting youngsters who we might see feature over the course of this game. For West Ham, they head into this game with just one win in their last 5, currently sitting 9th in the Under-18s Premier League South. Loris Coggin names 5 changes from their 2-0 defeat to Brighton. Emeka Adile, Ezra Mayers, Adridas Kolembekis, Preston Fearon and Josh Atala all come into the starting 11. One to watch in this West Ham team is Alicia Sumwunyi, who is top scorer with 11 goals so far this season.
Almost ready to get underway. Manchester United poised and ready as kick-off in the under-18s from Rush Green as Manchester United take on West Ham in the Premier League Cup quarter-final. Albert Mills sends it upfield, it's flicked on, and all of a sudden Manchester United look like they might have some room, and James Scanlon just can't reel that in. Fearon comes back to Oyabade, and now back to Awesu, the goalkeeper. Pressure from Musa. West Ham are going to have to be confident here because Manchester United do love to close down in those tight spaces, as James Scanlon proves. It goes out for a throw.
Yeah, the West Ham defender letting the ball run across his body, and that's a cue for Scanlon to get a yard even closer and gets a strong foot on it to keep West Ham boxed into the corner.
Well, that press led by Victor Musa, who closed down the goalkeeper. All of a sudden, James Scanlon was up there and pressing. Ball's out of play, will be a Manchester United throw. Oh, yes, it has been given to Manchester United. I thought that had gone the other way just for a moment, and I was a little confused. Mills comes back to Monroe. The Manchester United captain was busy aerially on Saturday against Manchester City. Had 7 or 8 headed clearances, Arthur.
I was going to say strong in the tackle, and he's very dominant and had a really good game.
Also had an opportunity at the other end, made a really good connection with the header, but couldn't get it on target. Bailey has spotted some room here potentially for Scanlon. It's Mayers that's herring back down the line. He's just going to guide that out of play.
Again, trying to keep West Ham into the defensive sort of quarter here, just make sure they don't get out too easy.
Lifted into midfield, where it's brought down by Jace Fitzgerald. Back it comes to Reece Monroe. Positive start for Manchester United. They are trying to find that out ball to James Scanlon down the right-hand side. That's 3 or 4 times we've seen that ball over the top to Scanlon, the Gibraltar international. Knocked out of play. Sorry, Arthur.
Yeah, good pressing again. Musa close people down, defenders, and if they're not right, they'll give you the ball back.
Comes back to Monroe. Confident touch from Tyler Fletcher. Finds Mills. Murdoch confident with his feet. Gets the ball away. Musa tracking back again. Mayers. Owesu. It's a short past the edge of the penalty area. This could be problems for West Ham, but deal with that comfortably enough in the end. Although nervy for a brief moment.
Yeah, they've all wanted to take out that extra touch, and once you do that, you've got to really skip and get there quickly. Musa done well there to sort of put the keeper under a little bit of pressure as well. So just don't let them get out too easy.
West Ham throw. Comes into Kamara. Kolembekis trying to work this forward again. Actually manages to win the throw-in. They've progressed themselves 6 or 7 yards further inside the Manchester United half. Owasu. This Rush Green training ground it's actually in Romford in Essex. It's closer to Dagenham and Redbridge than it is to the London Stadium.
Certainly looks a decent pitch anyway.
Getting to that time of year where pitches are, you really sort of start to see the quality of the groundsman. Frost that we've had, the damp that we've had. That's a lovely turn from Chase Fitzgerald and a clear pull on his shirt.
Yeah, once he side the free kick, it looks as if he's just going to switch the play out left where the gaps were.
Fletcher. Looking for that ball to James Scanlon again. That is clearly something that Manchester United have identified as a potential, Arthur.
Yeah, the linesman had his flag up there, whether it was offside or not, it doesn't matter. But it's 3 or 4 times I put balls into that channel.
Owasu taking no chances on that occasion. Mills is wrestling with Ajala. It's going to be Camerson that takes over. Fitzgerald tries to turn that round the corner. Possession given away. Comes out to Kamara. Helped on to Medine. Infield to Sawumni. Fletcher takes over. Just a little heavy as he's looking for Jim Thwaites. Here comes the press again from Manchester United. Camerson getting tight to Adieli.
Yeah, forcing them back again. That's as good as making a tackle if they pass the ball back.
Chase Fitzgerald just gets 2 hands on his opposite number. Aaron Kamara goes down, referee blows for the free kick, and he wants the ball to be stationary when that free kick is taken. One of those situations, Chase Fitzgerald is a physical footballer, but as soon as you put your hands on a defender like that, you give the referee a decision to make.
Yeah, you can't lift your hands at all, really, because most refs are ready to blow. But he gets through a hell of an amount of work here in the middle of the park, as he's doing again, winning balls back.
There's 1 possession back for United, and he's turned himself into a good position too. Goes down under the challenge. James Bailey's going to take over, looking to slide that through to James Scanlon. Bounces clear, and it is sent away by Jethro Medine.
Yeah, I thought Bailey was just going to put his boot through that one. Good play though from Fitzgerald, and we'll see that a lot. He gets his foot in, wins so many balls and just keeps it simple.
Adam Lawrence encouraging his side. And Norris Coggin in the foreground of that shot, keeping an eye on what's going on closely. Here he is, Chase Fitzgerald winning the ball back again for Manchester United. Thwaites turns away from danger. Kokonki sends this back to Will Murdoch. Camerson up against Adiela. Good turn from Fletcher.
He's done well there. I thought he was going to get thumped there wide, but he's done well to keep possession of that.
Camerson also does well as there's a little pull at the sleeve. Bailey comes out to James Scanlon. Scanlon looking for the run of Camerson, and it forces West Ham to just put the ball out of play. Bit of territory gained for Manchester United.
Definitely. Utilising this right-hand side in the opening minutes of this game.
Fletcher drops this back to Camerson. Fitzgerald back to Mills. As it comes to Reece Monroe, United high up the pitch. No players back inside their own half until Albert Mills retreats past the halfway line. Mills. Offside flag against Chase Fitzgerald. I think by a good measure too, Arthur.
Yeah, that flag's been up a few times. You just got to time your run right and make sure you don't go too early.
Free kick then to West Ham.
Ready for the race.
Again, United, if you haven't seen too much of the under-18s this season, this is very often how they play. It's about strangling the life out of you. It becomes really difficult to play out from your own half because of how quick United are, how aggressive they are in that press. Bailey has some running room here. Scanlon with him down that right-hand side. It's a decent feed for James Scanlon. Gets the cross in, behind it goes for a corner.
Yeah, right idea, good play again. All the place coming down this right-hand side. Good early ball in there from Scanlon. It's just exactly what the strikers want.
United grabbed a couple of wins in this tournament on the way to the quarter-finals. Beat Leeds 3-0, beat Leicester 2-1. Lost their middle match day 2 against Spurs by 4-3. 7-goal thriller. They did make it through top of the table on goal difference, Manchester United, to Leeds, who finished in second place. Here comes the cross. Oh, it's headed in. It's a brilliant finish as well. And it's going to be Tyler Fletcher, I think, that claims the final touch. Celebrates at the corner flag. Manchester United are ahead. Great cross, great header. Manchester United 1-0.
Yeah, I think it was Kukonki that initially won the header at the near post, knocked it down. Fletcher just has to make sure it goes over the line, stand in front of the keeper as the cross comes in. Wins the ball well and just make sure he knocks it in. Don't know what the keeper's got his hand up for, whether he thinks he's got fouled or not, but there was no foul there.
I think he was suggesting that there may have been some kind of foul on Golan Bekis. Referee not interested. Manchester United have the ball in the back of the net and back to scoring ways.
Yeah, all the play for the first 10 minutes has been coming in West Ham's defensive area, especially down this right-hand side. They've got the reward for the goal there. Good winning header and a good finish from Fletcher to help the ball over the line.
It's good captaincy from Reece Monroe as well, because as he's running back into that centre-half position, he's saying to everybody, right, now we just need to keep it calm for 90 seconds and then we can go again. Apparently, Godwill Kukonki has been given the goal. I think Kukonki makes the initial contact. Tyler Fletcher was the one that wheeled away in celebration as he nicked it from him, Arthur.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter as long as that ball goes over the line. I thought he sort of just nudged and helped the ball on its way, but Kukonki won that initial header from the corner. Doesn't matter anyway. The main thing is it goes over the line into the net.
1-0 is 1-0. Golan Bekis is the player who was down inside the penalty area. He is now back to his feet. We can get the game back underway. United won't mind who it came off last. They lead by 1-0. Golan Bekis is back on the field. Ball into the left wing position.
Good
cross, yeah, really well blocked by Jayden Camerson.
Got there, just make sure that the cross doesn't go anywhere near the danger area.
First corner of the game for West Ham. First set piece for Manchester United to have to deal with. Here comes the corner. Whipped into the penalty area, headed away. Going to be cleared by Jim Thwaites, who's found some space for Scanlon. Just overplayed. Let's take another look, shall we, at the goal. See whether we can pick out who exactly got the final touch for Manchester United. Here it is. Right, so we think it's Godwill Kukonki or maybe Reece Monroe. Who gets that touch there? Maybe it's Reece Monroe, but yeah. I think that's come off the toe of Tyler Fletcher, you know. I think it's 6 that wheels away. I'm sure it'll all get sorted out by Ben Ibsen in the post-match, one way or the other.
Actually, Kukonki and Monroe went up for the header. Monroe got the vital touch. And you see it again.
There's a foul. Referee right on top of it. And yeah, Reece Munro just blocking off the runner.
He looks quite lively, Adele, for West Ham in the left back. Got forward a couple of times. Once inside the free kick, we've just got to make sure we're all marked tightly as this comes in, or maybe the shot comes in.
Reece Munro has been heavily involved, hasn't he, in the last couple of minutes? West Ham trying to get themselves back on parity. Two players standing over this. Gabriel Caliste. Looks most likely that it's going to be the captain, Fearon, that's going to strike this. So one of the two of them, that's for absolutely certain. Slid down the side. It's off the training ground, just not well executed, Arthur.
Yeah, comfortable for Murdoch, off his line quickly.
Musa trying to get after that one. Skips off the turf and beats him to the touchline.
Thought he was going to control that, but obviously the pitch, which we saw got watered prior to the game, just skipped away there and took an extra bounce.
West Ham's throw. They're immediately back under a little bit of pressure here. Goalkeeper makes the right decision. That's brilliant from Munro again, stepping out from the back to try and intercept that one.
Yeah, not letting the striker control the ball, getting in front of him.
Conky just gets caught underneath that, but United have it back with Thwaite. Camerson. Fletcher. To Albert Mills. United just pushing the ball left to right, trying to open something up. Lovely footwork from Jim Thwaites. Can't keep it under control, though. Oh, the referee is giving that to Manchester United.
Yeah, I think West Ham was just being a little bit presumptuous there, really. It looked like United throwing.
Is it actually a throw, or is it a free kick? The referee's just having a little word here with Eridas Golambekis. It is a free kick.
And now he's gestured a throw-in.
No, it is a throw-in. Oh, Godwill Kokonki fooled me somewhat there. Forced back to Reece Munro by Chase Fitzgerald. Bailey tries to make the challenge. It's West Ham that come away with the ball. It's intercepted by Tyler Fletcher. Really good positioning from him. Fearon out to the left-hand side.
Challenge, yeah.
Another one from Tyler Fletcher.
Thought he actually might have won the throw in there as well, but just make sure he's got his foot in.
Covers a lot of ground, doesn't he, Tyler Fletcher?
Yeah, the midfield lads, that's what happens if that's usually the part of the side that you don't get a lot of time on the ball.
As James Bailey just proves. So difficult to play against, isn't it? When you've got a team that are that quick across the turf, close the space, get absolutely no time on the ball.
It's got to be United's throwing that, surely.
Well, I think that was left up for the referee to decide.
Eyes must be going.
At which point it's a lottery, isn't it? Because he's got to see through about 3 bodies to try and figure that out. It's been kept in. That's really well done from Adiele. Shot turned away. It's good defending again from Reece Munro. The referee's not going to give the free kick there on Jim Thwaites. Instead, it's a throw-in for Manchester United. Scored some big goals this season as Jim Thwaites, including a couple of free kick spectaculars over the course of this season.
Yeah, he's comfortable getting the ball up and down from in and around the sort of penalty area. Free kicks on the edge of the box.
look, Mark Nolan in the middle of that 3. 2 or 3 throws back, keeping a close eye on the situation. The West Ham United legend. Some servant to the football club, Mark Noble was. Chance again. Oh no, the offside flag's gone up. I did wonder for a second.
It's amazing the amount of times that the flag goes up and they obviously just let the game go. It happened a few times at the weekend in the first team match. But your eyes automatically go over to the linesman as the play's developing.
I've got to say that my initial reaction for the Crystal Palace second was that he was a long way offside, and just proves how wrong the eye test can be on occasion.
I think there was 73,000 thought that as well.
Just a little on the late side from Jim Thwaites. West Ham, after conceding, have probably just about had the better of it, Arthur.
Yeah, they've had a bit of possession, and United have had to sort of chase that ball to get some possession and don't allow them to build up any attacks.
Couple of West Ham players standing over this, including Fearon again. Is it going to be the left foot of the West Ham midfielder? I think it might be. Up he steps, whips it goalwards. Will Murdoch watches that safely into his gloves.
Yeah, comfortable collection there from Murdoch.
I mean, he conceded 4 times on Saturday morning, and he still had a great game.
Yeah, he had some decent saves, keeping United in it, although it wasn't a game where we were getting absolutely battered. It's just that you've got to be on your toes.
Bailey's got some space to move here. Now needs to try and pick the next pass. Going to go out to the left-hand side. Jim Thwaites has Kokonki with him. One way, then the other. Dinks a lovely pass into the middle. It's turned away by Mayers. Comes down to Fletcher.
He's done well getting his foot in. I thought maybe a foul might have went his way, but the ref's 5 yards away. He decides to play on. United have got possession anyway. I
think there's a little kick out there as well on Fletcher as he's on the deck. That's a little on the naughty side from West Ham. It was right behind the referee. Referee has now stopped play. He's going to come over and have a little word. In fact, it's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, I think...
good refereeing.
I think Ajala has probably gone in the referee's notebook. Going to take another look at it here as he brings him down. That's the foul. And then just after that, I think there's just a little flick out at him, which is right behind the referee's back, so it would have been very difficult to spot. Across it goes to Kokonki. Confirmation that Josh Ajala has gone in the referee's notebook for that foul, or for the kick out afterwards, whichever one it was. The referee deciding that it was worthy of a caution. And Bailey, it's not a bad foul to take for the team.
I'm just going to say exactly that. They were sort of just going to look as if they're going to build up an attack there. You take one for the team there and just give a free kick away and everybody can get organised again.
Does it calmly enough that doesn't pick himself up a caution. West Ham coming forward again here. Scanlon just a little over-eager to win that ball back against Amika Adieli.
Yeah, Adieli knows there's a tackle coming in. He can sort of feel and hear Scanlon behind him. Playing for that, I think, really, anyway. But he's, as I say, he's done well, the left full back getting forward on a couple of occasions. Wins his side a free kick in a dangerous area.
Same two standing over this free kicking. Gabriel Kalista and Preston Fearon. Again, I think it's more likely to be the left foot of Firon, who's taken everything so far from a set-piece situation. Whipped in again. Header is off a West Ham forehead, but is cleared away by Kokonki, who takes absolutely no chances.
Yeah, two West Ham players, I think, maybe just put each other off going for that header.
Kokonki using that physicality again down the left-hand side for United. Khalees takes over. Here comes the Manchester United pressure, though, as the ball's back with the goalkeeper. West Ham are going to get themselves out here, which is good work from them. Albert Mills is going to be penalised for holding Josh Ajala on that occasion.
Yeah, again, the referee right on top of it. And it's the left full-back who I mentioned before, Adieli, having a bit of pushed and shoving with Monroe, I think.
Adieli. Bailey trying to get there, but it's Firon that runs away from him. Adieli up against Camerson, helped out by Fletcher. Suwumni gets the cross away. Alicia Suwumni is definitely one to keep an eye on for West Ham this season. Firon finds Medine. Cross is put behind by Reece Monroe. Suwumni's got 11 goals for West Ham, which is level with sort of Gabe Biancheri levels of scoring for the under-18s this season.
Wanting to keep their eye on. Good defending again there from Monroe, just knocking that ball out of play for a corner.
Corner on that right-hand side for West Ham is drilled into the penalty area again, comes all the way through. Going to go out for a United throw. Adam Lawrence, constant communication. Cleared away. Bailey helps it on. Bouncing ball is bet by Victor Musa. Now he needs a bit of support. Gets it in Thwaites, left-hand side. Musa trying to get himself into the penalty area, does really well. Takes a right-footed strike and it's only just wide. Well, it's really good football from United. The 1-2 between Thwaites and Musa's effort is only just wide of the post.
Yeah, good play by the pair of them, Thwaites and Musa. Finding that ball out to him wide, gets it back. It's like a cross-come shot. Scanlon's coming in at the back post. Maybe if he'd have been a yard closer, might have been able to defect that. Nevertheless, good play by the two of them.
West Ham get us started again. Again, that pressure's coming from Manchester United. Everyone's got away. Bailey's got back to him. Adieli. Two Manchester United players, three Manchester United players, and a clear foul on James Bailey. Oh, and there's a little bit of afters again from West Ham. That's not a bad tackle. And then this one from Bailey, is nothing wrong with it.
Bit of frustration, I think, maybe, because I conceded that early goal.
What's gone on here? West Ham players are absolutely furious. The referee refuses to be spoken to in that manner.
I think they thought the free kick was taken. Possibly, because Murdoch picked it up then to retake it again, I think.
The referee, for me, clearly is pointing that he wants the free kick taken from deeper, when he points back to Albert Mills, who was standing over it. He points it back towards the goalkeeper. Yeah, look, he's sort of saying that needs to go further back that way. Needs to go further back that way. Albert Mills comes to take over. He says it again, it needs to go back to the goalkeeper, and somehow West Ham have got that misconstrued.
Yeah, maybe the ref's got to be a little bit more dominant of what he was trying to get across, the point he was trying to make. Anyway, we cleared the ball, that's the main thing.
There's just a little bit of something going on here. Referee and referee's assistant just having a conversation. Referee's going to come over and have a word here with the West Ham manager, Loris Coggin.
I think it's just something and nothing really. Just a bit of frustration from the West Ham players, I feel.
You think this is the referee telling the manager that everybody needs to calm down?
Probably was to that effect, I would think, yeah.
Well, it's been a entertaining opening 20 and then a spicy last 10. Mills. Bailey. Sawumni. Helped on. That's a really good ball into the penalty area. Really well read by Will Murdoch. Sees the danger. Really good starting position. Quickly off his line, snuffs out the danger.
Yeah, very quick off his line there. Best piece of passing that West Ham have had. Quick off his line, made sure he's getting comfortable possession of the ball.
Good and brave as well. Throws himself at the feet of Kalist. Been a bright start for both teams, but Manchester United have themselves in front. Jury's still out on exactly who got it. The offside flag goes up against Victor Musa.
Right idea, ball over the top again, but you've just got to check and make sure you just stay onside before you move into the green grass in front of you.
Up to 8. West Ham throw-in. Going to be taken here by Mayers. Going to go back to Oyabade. And now Owesu. Here comes the press, though, from Manchester United, and a loose touch. And that's always going to be the issue. The second that you miss control, this Manchester United side is so quickly on top of you, Arthur.
Yeah, once you let your ball run across your body, as the defenders have done a couple of times, it seems as if the wind's blowing that way as well. And it's just, once you run it runs across your body, you're struggling to keep it in play then, which they've done again there.
So Womney cleared away. Mills, strong challenge.
Yeah, right decision. As you say, good challenge and wins the ball.
Comes off Ajala. Albert Mills has made the challenge. He's also got to go and fetch a ball because there isn't one where it was required. Camerson back down the line to Mills. To Murdoch. He gets the shout, you've got time. And he takes that time before just misplacing the pass.
Yeah, Camerson's just got to drop 5 or 10 yards there and he'd have comfortable possession of that.
Mayers. Back down the line. Little over from Adieli. Doesn't come to anything. Instead, it's picked up by Tyler Fletcher. Reece Monroe just misreads the speed of that just for a split second. Makes up for it. Kakonki gets the clearance away. Jim Thwaites gets hold of it. It's a lovely pass from Jim Thwaites. James Scanlon.
Flag up again. Just got to hold the run and just stay on side because there's plenty of room to run into.
Feels, James Scanlon, like he's not done anything wrong He's looking all the way across the line too, Scanlon. Back it comes to Kalist. Fear on. Clipped out to the right-hand side by Suwumni. Just a little on the heavy side from West Ham as they try and play it into the channel.
Yeah, it just seems as if it's a bit fiery, the pitch as well. Just another pass over hit, which suits us down to the ground.
Minutes to go until we get to the half-time interval. Ball into midfield is straight back to West Ham though. Jimmy Thwaites working very hard. Can't come away with possession. Again, it's good pressure from Manchester United though, isn't it? They force the ball all the way back to Owesu.
And then the long ball's got to be hit, which invariably is won by a centre-back.
Second ball, though, is won by West Ham, and they're on the charge down the left-hand side here with Suwumni. Preston Fearon. Gets it out to the right-hand side. Dangerous position, this, for West Ham. Tackle from Kokonki isn't successful. Thwaites manages to get a deflected touch on it, and then Reece Munro can fire it back out to the right-hand side.
Yeah, they're just enjoying a little bit of possession for the last sort of 10 minutes. Got to get closer to them to stop these crosses coming in.
Can hear Adam Lawrence barking orders in the technical area. Comes back to Mayers. And now out again to this left-hand side. This is where West Ham seem to be focusing their attentions, down this left-hand side, the Manchester United right. And so far, United have had answers for what West Ham are throwing at them. Mayers. Golambekis. Whipped in, headed away by Mills, who watched that studiously as it came into the penalty area. Ajala.
The important header from Mills there.
It's cleared away by Kokonki. It's good football from Golambekis. Wriggle himself free of the attentions of Victor Musa. A loose touch from Owesu. I did just wonder for a second whether James Scanlon was going to be able to make up that ground.
You're just inviting a tackle coming in.
James Bailey realises a hair too late that Adieli's got away from him. Does well to track all the way back. United defending the penalty area again. Bailey. And James Scanlon wants a slightly calmer ball from his namesake. James Bailey taking no chances.
Yeah, I think in the penalty box you can't take any chances. Just put your boot through it.
Ball back, edge of the penalty area from West Ham again. Kalist, Golambekis, Fearon. Scooped back in towards the penalty area, but that is a very tall centre-half that you've got to try and get it past in Reece Munro. Adieli finds Oyabadi.
Another good challenge there from Mills.
Scanlon runs across his man. Going to get the free kick too. Quite clear, and that's going to be the third yellow card of the half for West Ham. And this one is going to be given to Emeka Adieli.
Yeah, flicked out just as Scanlon was making some ground there.
It's well spotted by the referee.
Yeah, it's just as if he's trying to clip his heels.
Yeah. Not played for the ball there at all, which is why he's gone in the book. We said the one that James Bailey gave away in the earlier in the first half was a good foul to take. Does that one qualify under the same rules, Arthur?
Similar, but when you see it slowed down, he is trying to click his heels there. But Scanlon done well staying on his feet. But obviously the ref's a lot closer than we are, so he can see that there's been a little sort of kick out at him there, as if he tried to clip his heels.
I quite like that from the referee. You don't wait for the player to go down. You realise that there has been a foul. You allow it to be played. Musa just wrestled off the ball there by Oyebade. Goalkeeper has gone down here, Owesu.
Yeah, he's led the line.
Penalty area.
He's led the line very well, Musa. Against two towering centre halves.
Referee's just going to stop play to make sure that Lanre Owesu, the goalkeeper, is okay to continue. He is back on his feet. Kind of understand the whole goalkeeper going down 22.5 minutes into the half. Not sure I have quite the same understanding at 4 minutes to go until you get to the break.
Obviously he's feeling something, or maybe a gesture from the touchline to sit down.
It's a good ball down the right from West Ham.
Yeah, done well, Fitzgerald again, getting his body in.
Monroe helping him out. Has to fight to get that ball away. Colin Beckis takes over. United step out. That's a good ball back to the right-hand side. This is dangerous for West Ham. Ajala takes a touch, gets his shot away. What a stop! No, it's been turned into the bottom corner. Well, I thought Will Murdoch had got enough on it to turn it away. Instead, it's been tucked home. And Manchester United, despite being dominant for large parts of the first half, have been pegged back 1-1.
Yeah, they've had a good spell for 10-15 minutes. And when the shot comes in, I think Murdoch's got a strong hand on that, and I thought it was coming back off the post to him, but unfortunately it just trickled over the line.
Josh Ajala, the goal scorer.
Almost got it, not to be.
Yeah, you can see the frustration, can't you, in Will Murdoch as he picks that ball out from the back of the net. He thinks he's got enough on it to keep it out. It's just crept in at the bottom corner. Might well be their first shot on target, West Ham, as well.
Yeah, Murdoch's not had a lot to do, but he's kept good concentration, and thought he'd just kept that out, but unfortunately just trickled over the line. But they've had a spell for 10 sort of minutes, and the first time or second time they've used the right-hand side of the pitch. Most of the players have been down here in front of us on this left-hand side.
Thwaites back in field to Fletcher. Kokonki coming in field is dispossessed, and the ball's into the penalty area again this time. Too far ahead of any West Ham players. Camerson looks to slip that through again to James Scanlon. Ball's going to go back to the goalkeeper. Owesu takes no chances. United have the ball back with Bailey. Monroe to Kokonki. Kokonki's gone on the overlapping run here. Jim Thwaites has been felled, and that will be... Oh, sorry, it was Tyler Fletcher who's been brought to the ground. In the wars, Tyler Fletcher, over the course of this first 45 minutes.
Again, just like this incident before, just clipped his heels out to stop him.
No card on that occasion. Seen 3 yellow cards given out in this first 45 minutes. Maybe an opportunity here for Manchester United, because set-piece delivery has been really good this season. A couple standing over it with the ability to put it in. It's either the left foot of James Scanlon or the right foot of Jim Thwaites. Thwaites is on the right-hand side of your picture. James Scanlon closest to you. Both with plenty of capability of striking the dead ball. Comes out to Bailey. Back in, cleared away. Fitzgerald takes the touch, but wants to run onto the end of it. Can't do so. Camerson.
Yeah, he's done well there.
Wants to switch the play. Can't find Kokonki. Monroe cushions the header down towards Fletcher. It's on the second time of asking Tyler Fletcher. Jim Thwaites has options again. Tries to thread the most difficult ball through the middle there. Jim Thwaites. Camerson. 20 seconds until we've played the first 45 minutes. We'll see how many minutes are added on at the end. Kokonki chasing after this is offside.
Yeah, again, looking right across the line, you've got to just delay your run, stay on side, because the ball will come, which it did do.
Arthur had his imaginary offside flag up in the commentary box as well. Well, it's not been a bad performance from Manchester United at all. In fact, I think they've probably been the better side over the first 45 minutes. I think West Ham have had 1 or 2 shots on target in the first half, and they've managed to squeeze one into the bottom corner.
Yeah, it's been a comfortable performance. 1-0 would have been a fair reflection, but you've got to expect a home side to come back into it, and they had a spell where they had a tricky start, and then they had a sort of spell in the middle of the 45 minutes where they had more possession, but United looked comfortable. They've just got to make sure that when they get forward, see if they can get some balls going in to Musa and Thwaites, and they're the 2 guys that are going to affect it further up the field.
Lovely touch from Fitzgerald. Got it away down the left-hand side to Victor Musa. Musa's got Scanlon in the penalty area. Scanlon makes a great run. Colin Beckis does brilliantly well to get across.
Yeah, just need a little bit more on pace on the ball for Scanlon there.
One. We're into stoppages at the end of the first 45. Monroe. Fitzgerald. Albert Mills. Fletcher. Tyler Fletcher, whose twin brother Jack is also in Manchester United's academy. Both sons of the excellent Manchester United midfielder Darren Fletcher. He scored some big goals, didn't he, Darren, over the course of his career. James Bailey with a neat touch to get himself away from the challenge. Run himself down the right-hand side where he finds Camerson. Tries to use a little bit of trickery to get himself away, and the referee is going to bring the first half to a close. First goal coming from Manchester United, floated into the penalty area. First header won by Reece Monroe. We think it was Tyler Fletcher that got the final touch to poke it past Lanre Owesu, and Manchester United were in front. But a lovely piece of individual skill from Josh Ajala as we got towards the end of the first 45 minutes, finding himself some space in the penalty area. His shot, although a touch from Will Murdoch couldn't be kept out, crept into the bottom corner, and it means that at the break in the Premier League Cup quarter-finals, it's Manchester United level at West Ham. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 1.
Yeah, build up the pressure on their defence and make sure you test them if you get a chance and get balls into the box. For me, they just, as I say, they didn't look the strong part of the side. They were okay when they got the ball further up the pitch, but defensively, we just got to time our runs to stay on side a little bit more.
We are underway in the second half of the quarter-finals of the Premier League Cup from Rush Green. 1 apiece between Manchester United and West Ham, as United win possession back. After West Ham attempt the turnover, Musa brings that down on his chest, lays this off to Jim Thwaites, who manages to turn into space, gets across the front of his man as well, which allows him a little bit more room, plays a ball. Well, it's a clever pass from Jim Thwaites, just doesn't quite get the weight on it that he needs.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to knock it wide for Camerson, who'd bomb forward on that right.
United in the penalty area. Oh, it's going to be 2-1. Almost identical to what happened to Manchester United on Saturday against Manchester City. An early attack, ball turned over, And within a minute of the restart, Manchester United are behind. West Ham United 2, Manchester United 1.
Yeah, just to start, you don't want just after half-time, ball into the box and gets a sort of slight touch, lets it run across his body. Khalees hitting it with his right foot in that far corner. Don't think Murdoch would have been expecting that. He's just deflected it. Anyway, the good side is we've got 45 minutes to get back on level terms or getting a winning lead.
Manchester United just counter-attacked on. The ball from Jim Thwaites is intercepted and West Ham just go coast to coast.
Yeah, it just shows you've got to be switched on as soon as you come back out for that second half.
Conceded early, as I mentioned, in the game against Manchester City after the break. That made it 2-0 to City at the time. United have taken the lead in this one, and now they have to go and find themselves another. West Ham finding some space down that right-hand side with Medine. Kokonki. That is a foul and will be a free kick to Manchester United.
Yeah, Fitzgerald getting his foot in there and then getting a little bit of a kick for his troubles right in front of the linesman and ref.
Or a couple of players missing for Manchester United in recent weeks. Some illness and injury and unavailability. Gabe Biancheri, Chido not in the side today for Manchester United. No Amir Ibrahimov. All of these players who have been sort of played big parts in the opening part of the season.
Yeah, they've all been featuring quite heavily in that first half of the season, but things change a little bit. People get injured, so if you get a chance to come in, you've got to try and grasp that chance if you get a shot.
With some of the under-21s going out on loan as well, some of the 18s will be promoted to help out with the under-21s. Jim Thwaites just maybe a little guilty of thinking about what was coming next rather than collecting the ball on that near side. Head was up, wasn't it? He was scanning for where he wanted to put it.
Yeah, that can happen.
Headed away by Monroe. Fletcher finds Camerson. Switch it out to the left-hand side where it's brought under control by Thwaites. Kokonki goes on the outside. Fitzgerald. Thwaites. Jimmy Thwaites goes round the outside. It comes back to Jace Fitzgerald. Fletcher. United just got to try and find a way to break down this West Ham side, who, when they get into position, are tricky to break down. Fitzgerald does well to bring that under control and get it away to Monroe. Slightly behind Reece Monroe. Forces Manchester United back inside their own half. It's good work from West Ham. Bailey goes back to Murdoch. Just takes a moment, Bailey, to pick that pass to Reece Monroe. Thwaites, who's dropped deep here to try and help with the build-up. Ball through to James Scanlon. Scanlon's going to have a go from distance. It's brilliant from James Scanlon from the edge of the penalty area. Lovely touch. Fires home 2-2. James Scanlon.
He had a bit of work to do there when he's controlled the ball. The angle's not in his favour. Maybe the keeper's thinking he's going to hit across him. Or surprise him with a shot, because he's beating the keeper down low at his near post. Good ball from Fletcher. Gets on it in a flash. Good first touch. And a great strike. Just put his boot through that.
Do you think because he's taken it on early, Arthur, that's what's confused Lamre Owesu?
Possibly. He's probably thinking he's not going to hit it where he's hit it. But fantastic hit there. And good first touch to get the ball into his own path.
confidence will have been restored.
Just what was needed, really, bouncing back after going 2-1 down and scoring within minutes.
Momentum is such a huge thing, as that's given away by Murdoch. Now Manchester United will be wanting to hold on to that equaliser. Shot comes in, it's only just over the top. Well, I think it's taken a deflection on the way through. It's going to be a West Ham corner.
It did, I think, take a deflection, and I think Murdoch might have just got his fingertips to that as well to help that ball over the crossbar.
Maybe it's a deflection and a save from Murdoch. West Ham corner then. Plenty of rangy players inside that penalty area. Colin Beckis is not short. Neither is Myers. Neither is Ajala. Here comes the delivery from West Ham. All the way through. It's well defended. Good blocking inside the penalty area, preventing anybody from getting anywhere near it.
Yeah, a little bit too much on it again. I think the wind's diagonally going across the pitch, just looking at the way the flags are blowing.
Musa in traffic, can't quite bring that down. It's a good ball out to the right to find Medine. Kakonki strong in that challenge. Plays a ball into the channel for Victor Musa to chase. It's going to go back to Owesu. Just gets underneath that. Kakonki again is just going to allow it to roll out of play. Monroe to Kukonki. Look for that early ball into the channel. Scanlon again is looking to get there. Yeah, he thinks that he's been impeded.
Yeah, you're going to get that, and you're not going to get free kicks all the time, unfortunately.
I wonder whether the referee has spotted that being 6 of one and half a dozen of the other and allowed it to run. Monroe, after this one, Kalist chasing him, but not with any real purpose. Mills. Camerson back to Mills. Monroe, the captain for Manchester United, is out to the right-hand side. Bailey. Clear push there, but the referee allowing it to carry on. Thwaites gets away with a slightly heavy touch because he's so quick on his feet, able to close the space down quickly. Fletcher with purpose. Fitzgerald just can't quite reel that one in. Scanlon again applying pressure. Just needed a little bit of help there. James Scanlon arrived a smidgen too late, and West Ham have possession back. Medine to Kamara. Good tackle from Jim Thwaites.
Yeah, he's done well there winning that ball. Unfortunately, it's just gone to a West Ham player.
Musa pressing. Fitzgerald steals that one away from Adieli. Musa is offside.
Again, yeah, you can't let frustration get the better of you. You've got to look along that line and just keep in front of the defender.
Well, thumping the ball into the ground has been penalised with a yellow card from the referee. It is frustration from Victor Musa. He thinks he's onside. The official on the far side disagrees. You just can't demonstrate that frustration.
Yeah, it's difficult for a striker, especially with the laws the way they are. The flag's going up all the time, and then the play continues, and then the ref blows his whistle. You just got to make sure you're the right side of the defender before you sort of get that half yard ahead of him.
Smashed down the line by Camerson. It's clipped the side of Amika Adieli's head, and he's felt that just for a moment before jogging back into position. Fletcher just glides over the surface, doesn't he, Tyler Fletcher? Such a smooth running style.
Yeah, comfortable, doesn't look any effort.
Thwaites. Fitzgerald keeps hold of the ball well, releases it to Camerson. Bailey to Camerson, tries to get the cross away. It's well blocked by Ezra Mayers. Camerson does well to retrieve it. Hint of a foul in there, but the referee not going to penalise West Ham for it. Albert Mills very calm as that ball comes off his forehead and out to Camerson on that right-hand side. Fletcher to Godwill Kokonki. Kokonki tries to switch it out to Bailey, who heads it back into the penalty area, headed away by Golan Bekis. Comes as far as Fitzgerald. It's a little bit more control being shown by Manchester United in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Bailey. Monroe to Kokonki. Slides that through to Jim Thwaites. Whips across in. It's not a bad ball at all. And Victor Musa was making the near post run. Just couldn't get there ahead of the keeper.
Yeah, that's a great ball. Getting to the dead ball line. Thwaites just wrapping his left foot round that. Has a little look there. Just tries to pick out Musa. Only half a yard from getting on the end of that.
Well, Victor Musa's made the right run there as well. I think that's really important to point out. He's made the near post run rather than going central. Kokonki knocks the ball out of play. West Ham have the throw in their right back position, which is going to be taken by Eridas Golan Bekis. Mills taking his time, finds Fletcher. Well, since Manchester United have found the equaliser, they have been relatively comfortable, Arthur.
They have. They've had some decent possession. They've just got to try and get the ball further up the pitch. The likes of Thwaites, they're trying to pick a pass out for Scanlon.
Scanlon can't quite get there. Ahead of the tall Mayers. Bailey wins it back though, finds Thwaites. Thwaites sees the sea of legs in front of him and decides that recycling is the right option. Fitzgerald trying to force his way into the penalty area. Yeah, referee's going to give the free kick there for the clip of the heels from Jace Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Medani's got himself boxed in the corner there. The last thing you want to do is have your hand up, it looked like maybe, rather than a kick, because he's got a problem. Now you can let them get out of that problem that they had. It's a bit of frustration almost, really, but Fitzgerald's boxed him in the corner. He's very clever at that. Just keep your hands down.
Past the hour mark. Lamre Owesu sends the ball away. One back by Thwaites. Tries to get that up towards Musa. Back with the keeper again. Pressure coming from United, and again forced the keeper into that long ball, at which point it's won by Tyler Fletcher. Pressure from Manchester United is building and building, trying to force West Ham into a mistake. Oh, it's a lovely ball into Victor Musa, who's offside. Saw the flag go up over on that far side, and again Victor Musa is frustrated by that ball catching him in an offside position.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare for strikers. You've just got to make sure you don't go too early. Just try and keep yourself the right side of the defender. Difficult, harder position to play up front, has to be. Just try to get involved in the game, get a shot or get a header at goal and keep yourself onside.
I think James Scanlon has snapped a bootlace here. I think that's what the problem is, so he's having to tuck his laces down the side of his boot. Manchester United against Leicester City in FA Cup action. That's this Friday. Matchday Live underway at 5 minutes to 7. Kick-off at 8 o'clock. All of the build-up and then full radio commentary for you available here on MUTV and on the Manchester United website and app as well. Ruud van Nistelrooy returning to Old Trafford. Had the best of starts with Leicester City in the nicest possible way, and I'm sure Ruud will understand me saying, hoping that Manchester United can pile a little more misery on.
Well, we hope so. We had 2 good results against them, as I say, a lot earlier in the season. Knocked them out the League Cup and a good result in the league, so hopefully we can continue that on Friday night.
Downfield, that's good fighting from Victor Musa. Scanlon tries to play it into the channel. Nobody's really been aware that that ball was on, so Musa and Kokonki caught a little flat-footed.
Yeah, I think the ball might have been for Kokonki there if he continued his run.
And that's why the development part of this game is so important. Kokonki might well be a left-sided centre-half rather than a left full-back, but having the ability to know those positions and know where you need to be and making sure that you continue those runs helps you as an all-rounder.
He's certainly done well playing that left-hand side, what we've seen of him throughout the year.
Played a little bit of everywhere, hasn't he, Kokonki? And has obviously been part of first-team training. Involved in matchday squads for United's first team too this season. Including the game at West Ham, wasn't it? Did he not play that game last season? Earlier this season?
Might have done, yeah.
Golan Bekis. That's well out by Manchester United. Fletcher just gives the ball away at the inopportune moment. It's good work again, though, isn't it, from United, managing to turn the ball over.
Yeah, it's just a pity Murdoch can't sort of pick somebody out a little bit earlier rather than let West Ham get all back and all in position. Try to stop United to get out.
Goalkeeper Will Murdoch. One back by West Ham. Fletcher. Calmly done by Tyler Fletcher. Thwaite just in a bit of a sticky spot, but does really well to get it back to Will Murdoch.
Yeah, now it goes long, got to go long. Done well there, Musa.
Bailey is in a bit of a foot race here. Just can't quite beat Golombekis to it. Come off the arm of Reece Munro. Referee doesn't think so. Musa gets his shot away. That's a good stop from Lamre Owesu. Holds it well.
Yeah, held on to it, the keeper there. Might not have been creeping it in that far post, just not enough power on it, but decent attempt from Musa. That's a decent ball into the box from Delhi on that left-hand side. He's not been able to get forward as much as he did in the first half. It's a shot from Musa again.
Doesn't generate quite enough power, does he?
It's a shot, well, almost on target. I think it might have just been creeping in or going wide of that far post, but the keeper made a comfortable save in the end.
West Ham have turned it over again. Dangerous position here. Thwaites keeps pressure on the ball. Kamara breaks for Sawumni into the area, and Adieli turned away by United to Jim Thwaites. Has to wait for the ball to drop, and that just slows him down ever so slightly. Musa just couldn't find the space to release the pass to James Scanlon in the middle. Couple of options there for Victor Musa. Decides to be cautious rather than trying anything silly.
Yeah, just looking for a bit of support. I think Scanlon was further up the pitch for him.
The ball into the penalty area is not far away from Victor Musa.
Yeah, just acknowledging it. Just that ball from Fletcher. It just needed a little bit of spring in that. Victor Musa might have gotten the end of it.
One back by United. James Scanlon, edge of the penalty area. Tries to get that through to Thwaites. It's well defended by West Ham. Kokonki hasn't caused the foul there, so United back in possession. Cleared away. Nothing clear-cut yet from United since the goal, Arthur.
Yeah, it's difficult to sort of open up this West Ham defence, who seem to have organised themselves a little bit better than they did in the first half.
Back down the right, Bailey. Comes back to Fletcher. Munro. United trying to keep this level of control and then add the final bit on top, which is the entry into the penalty area. West Ham resolutely trying to prevent that at the moment.
Yeah, they'll be happy they've forced the ball back towards their opposition goalkeeper, because they can all get adjusted and organised.
Fletcher having to fight for that one, but does so pretty well. Fitzgerald gives it back to Fletcher. Fletcher with a lovely touch, gets himself away from the initial challenge, then looks to play that back into the path of Jace Fitzgerald. Just overhit or underrun, whichever one you want to... However which way you want to decide that was. This is Tyler Fletcher. Kokonki. United just growing in confidence and throwing a couple more players into the attack, trying to find another route through.
Yeah, they've enjoyed some decent possession the last sort of 5-6 minutes. Just try to unlock that defence as the West Ham have got all behind the ball again.
You can see where United's fullbacks trying to join in, give another option. Fletcher pushing higher up the field for United as well. Just need to be careful that they don't get caught out by one of these West Ham counter-attacks. Adieli into the area to find Kalist. Pull back, cleared away, and it's already gone out for a goal kick. So
Ball
Manchester
out.
United will have possession.
Yeah, just got to try to get the ball down and before they get all back and organised, can we knock the ball out the box and get the ball passed through midfield and to the front players?
Look like Mosu and Andre DK, who are readied for West Ham. Manchester United
Yeah, good touch from Thwaites there.
going to try and get this into the penalty area again, preferably before the changes. Thwaites. It's a good tackle that goes in on Thwaites from Adieli. Just a little stab tackle. Ball's knocked out of play far side. Those changes aren't going to happen before Manchester United take the throw in. Fitzgerald finds Scanlon. Scanlon finds some space and the free kick as well.
Yeah, nice turn. Just try to get it on his right foot there. Clumsy challenge gives United a chance with a free kick now. Well, I think Thwaites might fancy this, or Fitzgerald.
Yeah, well, it's probably more suited to the left footer, isn't it? On the right-hand side, so I wonder whether James Scanlon might be elbowing his way somewhere close to this. Could be any of them, to be fair. All have the capability. I think it will be Thwaites by the looks of things, closest to the ball. And it will be held up against the runs of this Manchester United front line. Referee just sorting out the West Ham wall. Still three lurking around the ball. Last player to touch it normally, Arthur. Scanlon still trying to sort those boots out. Thwaites bends it goal, it's come off the post. Well, we told you he was capable of some magic from those set-piece situations. It's rattled off the inside of the post and behind.
Great effort. Keeper's beating all ends up there. Full stretch as well. Just at the angle. Looks as if Fitzgerald's going to hit that, but Thwaites overrules him. Keeper's beat off the post. Very unlucky.
Yeah, he does get unlucky. He's going to take the resulting corner too. Near post. Pops back out to Thwaites. Gets another cross in. Dangerous one. Headed away. One back by Monroe. The referee has given the foul against Reece Monroe there, and I can understand the Manchester United captain's frustrations, because it looked like a pretty decent tackle from Monroe. Maybe not.
Your arm up as well again. Just
Maybe not.
looks as if he's nudged him in the back a little bit.
That's why the referee's a referee and I talk about it for a living. 2-2, 15 minutes to play. Double substitution coming here. I think that's Kamara and Kalist who are making way. And it will be DK and Nwosu who come onto the field. Referee coming over just to make sure that everything's okay. In fact, he's going to book somebody on the West Ham bench. So it could potentially be that Kamara and Kalist have left the field before they had permission to leave the field? Surely not, when the substitution is quite clearly being made. Get Ben Ibsen on the case. Sure, he'll tell us what's going on. Confirmation of the substitutions on your screen now. Wosu and DK onto the field. One back by Munro. Thwaites can't bring that under control. It's fired at him from fairly close range by Reece Munro. Golombekis waiting to take the throw. Brought down by Fletcher, gets it out to Thwaites. Hint of an offside against Scanlon. Can't keep it in play. United have got possession back in a good position. Fitzgerald tries to let it run across him. It's a good touch. Down the right-hand side for West Ham. Cross comes in, cleared away. Manchester United are the width of the post away from leading in this game after that effort from Jim Thwaites.
Yeah, just unfortunate. It just came off the post there. Bounced down as well. Nobody following in.
Godwill Kokonki is going to take the resulting throw-in. Thwaites just gets a little nudge in the back from Jethro Medine, and it means that he can't bring it under control. It goes out for a West Ham throw. It's clever from the West Ham fullback.
Just a little bit of a nudge just to help him there, miscontrol it.
Just knocks him off balance. (2-2), place in the semi-finals of the Premier League Cup on the line. Long throw. Cleared away. As we've already mentioned, it will be extra time and penalties that decide this. Should it be level at the break? It's going to be a corner to West Ham. A young bench for United as well. I think that might be why we haven't seen early changes from Adam Lawrence. Wants to give this side the best opportunity of getting the job done. Players gathered around the penalty spot. Here comes the delivery from Fearon. Headed up in the air by Kokonki. United chase it out of the penalty area. Bailey puts the challenge in. Fitzgerald gets a little unfortunate. Medine looks to swing the cross in. It comes off Kokonki and will be out for another corner.
Yeah, they don't seem to be in too much of a hurry, whether they're thinking they've just got out of jail to keep this game level at the moment.
Since that moment, though, it has been all West Ham. This United side do have the ability to break quickly, though. That's why West Ham are leaving players quite deep. Lifted towards the back post, where it's claimed well by Murdoch. One of the things that I do enjoy watching with Will Murdoch is his ability to bounce back to his feet. He wants to get the play underway as quickly as possible, doesn't he?
We'll set United off there.
Bailey comes back to Albert Mills. Munro to Fletcher. Reece Munro goes over the top, looking for James Scanlon. Flag stays down on this occasion. Kokonki on to Thwaites. Monroe. Scanlon off the left for Manchester United as Fletcher tries to get that cross away. It's gone out of play and will be a goal kick. Not quite sure how anybody spotted that.
I was just going to say that linesman on that far side, 50 yards away, must have X-ray eyes.
Looking through a sea of players and the net. Good work again, though, to get United moving forward, Arthur.
Yeah, crosses coming in from the dead ball line, and you've got defenders running back towards their own goal as well. If you can do that, that's ideal. And the strikers obviously prefer crosses like that coming in, but there's not been too many occasions we've had to do that.
Kokonki plays that against Medine, wins the throw. Fletcher. Scanlon thinks about the run, then comes short. Camerson goes the opposite direction. Monroe. Into midfield and Thwaites. Thwaites wants the early one. Over the top towards Scanlon. It's really good defending in the end from Emeka Adiele.
It was, yeah, held up in the wind a little bit there. Had to make sure he got his header correct.
Playing out from the back again. And again, it's just an ever so slightly loose touch from Owesu. Monroe wins the ball back for United. Up against Andre Dike. Bailey to Fletcher. Kokonki. United have got options forward again here. Musa's going to chase this one down with Golan Beck is trying to get there. Thwaites picks up the second ball. Can't get the pass away. Kokonki tries to win it back. In comes James Bailey to knock it out for a throw-in.
Yeah, just getting a little bit sort of ragged as the minutes tick by and you're getting towards the end of the game. Players are conscious, obviously, that there's probably going to have to be another 30 minutes, so I think that's why West Ham just seem to be taking their time, really, from when the ball goes out.
Thwaites steals in and gets past his man too, and gets the pass away to Scanlon, who turns it round the corner, but Bailey just has to retreat to fetch it, slows everything down. Good pass from Fitzgerald, though, to find Scanlon, whose effort is palmed up in the air. Will this be turned home? It's a decent stop in the end from Owesu. Gets back to his feet, gets all the way across and prevents it being turned home.
Yeah, initially, first good save by the keeper. Thought Fitzgerald was going to get on the rebound there, just continuing his run into the box. When it comes off Scanlon's shot, their ball palmed up in the air, and it looks as if Fitzgerald's just going to get there before the keeper, but unfortunately, ball over the top.
Lanre Owesu does brilliantly, doesn't he, to get back to his feet and get that away before Fitzgerald can turn it home. Corner Manchester United, far side. Well met by Ajala. Scanlon under a little bit of pressure, gives away the foul.
Yeah, the early there, just decent defence from the left full back. Not been able to get forward as much as he did in the first half on that side.
Oh, he's been pretty penned in, Adiele, hasn't he? Golan Beckis. Fearon has some space to move here. This is where West Ham have looked dangerous in the penalty area. That's a really good challenge from Reece Monroe. Knocks it out for a corner.
Had to time it right there. Had to be correct, and it was.
Nothing that the striker can do about that with Reece Monroe. Just slides in, nicks it away. Well, it's nip and tuck. It could go either way, Arthur, couldn't it, in the closing stages?
Yeah, it was just unfortunate that we couldn't get that third goal with free kick that came back off the post. As I said before, they seem to be not in too much of a hurry to go and retrieve the ball and get the ball back into play. They're quite happy to sit where it is.
Veron with the delivery, headed away by Reece Munro again. Just launches himself at it. Ball back into the penalty area. Musa this time. It's the ball up to Scanlon. Thwaites takes over, early ball forward. I have a funny feeling that Jace Fitzgerald was inside his own half. He's into the penalty area. Jace Fitzgerald, what a challenge that is. What a tackle from West Ham to get back to Jace Fitzgerald. United still have possession though. Kukonki swings in the cross, comes through to Musa, who tries to bring it under control. A slight miscontrol, cleared away again by West Ham.
Yeah, challenging defender Myers there, done ever so well. Fitzgerald going from his own half, as you point out. Made some ground up there. Just that last touch gives him a chance to get his foot round and get a good tackle in.
The referee coming all the way back here to check in on West Ham player that's down. I think that's Adieli actually, who's on the turf. Physio's coming on to check him over. We are going to have a brief break in play. Goodness me, Arthur, that could easily have been the third for Manchester United.
Yeah, immediately you look and think somebody's offside, but you point out they're in their own half.
Oh yeah, just a coming together between Bailey and Adieli. Nothing in it at all, just an awkward landing potentially. Adam Lawrence will take this opportunity to have a conversation with his team, who are pushing to try and win this game in the closing stages.
Yeah, the defender there made up some ground there. It looked like Fitzgerald was going to get himself into the box, which he's done. Now the tackle's got to be right, which it was. Saved his side to keep them in the game.
Ezra Mayers with a lung-busting effort to keep his side in it. Two apiece. We are going to have some stoppages at the end of 90 minutes. United will restart the game with the throw-in over on the far side. Late drama, Arthur?
Well, we've almost won the game. The one that came off the post, we almost won it there with that chance that Fitzgerald had, the decisive saving tackle to keep his side in it from the big centre-back Myers. So you've just got to keep going and make sure you can get a chance, and hopefully somebody can stick that one away.
Double save from Owesu as well just before that, wasn't there? Where makes the first challenge and then gets there ahead of Jace Fitzgerald. There's been opportunities for United to find the winner. Fletcher. Munro fires that into Thwaites and then makes a clumsy tackle.
Difficult for him to control when you hit it in that fast. You just got to drop the ball into the strikers or the players playing in front of you.
Mills heads this away. Bailey knocks it down to Camerson. Camerson sees the opportunity to have a run. Can he release Scanlon? Goes back to the goalkeeper. Thumps the clearance into midfield. Given away. Bailey. This is Fitzgerald. Comes out to Thwaites. Thwaites trying to find some space to get the shot away. Does so. Can't generate enough power. It loops up into the arms of Owesu.
Good challenge coming in to deflect that shot, which took the sting out of his attempt at...
Adieli can't keep that one in on the far side. Reece Munro takes the throw to Mills. We're into stoppages. Manchester United still looking for the winner in 90 plus stoppages. Can they find a way through against a West Ham side that has been pretty well drilled over the course of the game. Thwaites out to Kokonki. Kokonki back to Thwaites. Bailey to Mills. United just trying to get West Ham to come out of that shape with that 5 across the back almost. Kokonki gets this away to Fitzgerald. Left-footed, gets the cross in. Deep one, loose in the area, going to be collected by Owesu.
Right idea, Fitzgerald putting a left-footed cross in, excuse me. Keeper's got to come a long way for that and eventually got it.
Again, West Ham in no real rush, are they, to get the ball upfield? Cleared away by West Ham. Murdoch gets there, finds Kokonki. Kokonki with only one thought in his mind, and that's to get forward. Going to go on the overlapping run here for Thwaites as well. Thwaites to Scanlon. Scanlon.
Yeah, too many claret and blue shots in front of him there.
He's trying to use some fancy footwork to get himself into position. Out it goes to Kokonki. Thwaites does get the cross in. Flicked header by James Scanlon. Looking for somebody at the back post, but nobody gambles.
Yeah, he's hoping somebody's just going to be coming in quietly at that back stick.
Victor Musa was just sort of watching. Couldn't make it to the back post. It's a little nudge in the back. And James Bailey, that's one too many. Goes in the referee's notebook.
He's done that a few times, a referee.
Yeah, I think that's probably accumulation of fouls from James Bailey. That's the 5th yellow card of the game for players on the pitch. And we've also had another one for somebody on the West Ham bench. Lord only knows who that was for. It was the assistant, I think, that called the referee over. Cleared away, but not to a white shirt. Will be a Manchester United possession now. Maybe chance for one more attack from Manchester United. Can they win it in normal time without the need for extra time? Pass from Fletcher is behind.
Yeah, Camerson's got to.
Camerson.
He's got to stop his runs going forward so quickly and pull wider to give the midfield player Fletcher more of an option of hitting him there. But once you start running forward, you're running towards a West Ham shot.
Again, there's only one team that are really pushing to try and win this in 90 minutes, Arthur. West Ham just taking their time.
Well, they're happy just to get extra time seen, I think.
United would like to get this done, I'm sure. I'm not sure they're now going to get the opportunity to do that. Maybe, though, this is the decider. And is it a big stop? It is. A brilliant save by Will Murdoch. Josh Ajala bearing down on goal. He made himself big. And a strong left arm knocking it behind for the corner.
Yeah, he's kept his side in the tie there. Ajala's not had many chances the second half, but he thinks he's probably going to score there. He tries to flick it over Murdoch, but great goalkeeping there to keep his side in it.
Murdoch has got something to all of the opportunities that West Ham have had, and this time he manages to steer it away from the back of the net. Gets down really well for the first one, gets a big hand to it, just creeps into the bottom corner in the first half. Here is the corner. Murdoch goes up, pushes it out of play. Referee says that's it. The end of the 90 minutes. Manchester United were trailing as they went into the second half. Level when they went in at the end of the first half, and then immediately, start of the second half, were punished. And they went 2-1 down James Scanlon was the man who managed to get Manchester United level. They've hit the post. They've seen the goalkeeper have a couple of great saves, unable to break down West Ham to find the third and the winner. And it means that at full time, going into extra time, it's West Ham United 2, Manchester United 2. Referee checks in with his assistants, starts the watch. West Ham get us underway in the first half of extra time. Now, there'll be some tired legs out on here. How much of this, Arthur, is going to be about not making a mistake?
Well, it's who's got that drive to actually help the team make it out and sort of drive forward and get a goal, or show some composure when in possession. But certainly, I think for me, West Ham were comfortable getting away with a draw there. It looks to me as if the way they were sort of going about their business, getting the balls back for dead ball situations. They were happy with the way the game was petering out. But certainly, United hopefully can show a bit of aggression and get through this tie.
Camerson dinks one up towards the penalty area. Musa's not going to be able to get there, and Weisu collects. Cagey beginning to the first period of extra time. Headed downfield by Armour, brought down by the second substitute, Plunkett. Plunkett's going to have a go down the left-hand side. He's made a great run too, and he's got the cross in, just too close to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, fresh legs there, showing his worth on that left-hand side.
Right fullback's currently going, oh no, I'm not sure I've got the energy in my legs to deal with that. Kind of what you want, isn't it? You want your fullback to, or your wing back, to test their opposite number early. Can't say Plunkett will be looking at that going, well, hang on a second, might be having a little bit of joy down this left-hand side. Bailey from Armour. Fletcher. Oh, just sides past a couple. Lays that into the path of James Scanlon. Scanlon in the penalty area. Gets it across. Chance from the edge of the box for Jace Fitzgerald, who was leaning back. And it was always going over the top.
Yeah, good play again from Fletcher. They're driving in the midfield, getting forward, getting United up the pitch. Scanlon does well to lay that off to Fitzgerald, who unfortunately just got right underneath that one.
He was always just sort of leaning, wasn't he? Weisu with the clearance for West Ham. Headed away by Monroe. Another captain that communicates all of the time, Reece Monroe. Can always hear his voice. One back by Manchester United. Camerson finds Reece Monroe. Fletcher. Armour takes a little step forward to Bailey, and now to Fletcher. West Ham backing off and backing off. No pressure on Manchester United inside their own half. Almost feeds that through to James Scanlon too. Scythed clearance. Straight out of play. Manchester United throw in.
Yeah, missed kick from the keeper there. Just hit that with outside his boot. Gives United possession back.
Again, it's that low block from West Ham. No pressure on the ball until Manchester United enter the West Ham half. Lifted into the area. Musa tries to flick that on.
Yeah, just not enough pace on the cross coming in for him. Just couldn't quite get a good connection with it.
bowled out to Ezra Mayers. A chance here maybe as Jethro Medine sees an opportunity to get forward. Dante Plunkett slides in, knocks the ball out of play.
Yeah, good challenge.
Yeah, concedes the throw in. I think Jethro Medine has got a bit of the old rising damp over on that far side.
Yeah, he just got away from Plunkett, but he recovered well to get his foot in.
Back on his feet though, Medine, which means we can get ourselves back underway. Throw in finds Nwosu. Comes back to Fearon. Scanlon. Just loses out on that occasion. Yeah, there's a foul on James Scanlon in there. Referee Thomas Berry has had a pretty good game actually, Arthur.
He's done well, he's let things go and he's had a word with people. Let them play.
To Musa, sorry to interrupt you, Arthur. Musa does well to bring that down on his chest in the penalty area, looks to get the shot away, comes into the middle. Jace Fitzgerald trying to dance his way through. Musa looking to smash one home from the edge of the 18-yard box as it nicked off his toe at the last possible second. That's gone out of play from Reece Munro.
Yeah, it just seems to be possibly the way the wind's blowing, but this side of the pitch, there's a few passes been overhit or balls been knocked out of play down this touchline.
Yeah, Reece Munro a little disappointed, I think. Musa watching carefully to where this ball goes. Downfield from West Ham. Flicked on by Fitzgerald. Musa dropping deep, gets it back to Armour. Fletcher. Good football from Manchester United. Clipped out to the right-hand side. Can't be collected by Camerson.
Just a little bit too fast for that one.
Again, it's the ball out to this right-hand side, isn't it?
Seems to be continuing out of play, whether it's been heavily watered or it's a bit firmer, I don't know.
West Ham 2, Manchester United 2. We're in the first period of extra time. In fact, we're about halfway through the first period of extra time. One back by Munro. Out of play it goes.
Good to see that. He doesn't let strikers in front of him control the ball and bring other people into play. He gets his foot in front of them.
Certainly reads that lofted ball really well, doesn't he? West Ham wriggle free. Musa chasing, so too Fitzgerald. Musa still going here. Thwaites needs to get out to that left-hand side, does really well. West Ham do just as well to try and play through the press, but eventually it is tidied up by Manchester United. Fletcher. Finds Munro. Munro finds Musa. Musa, one touch and then out it goes to the left-hand side, and Dante Plunkett. Plunkett swings the cross in, just too much on that one on that occasion.
Yeah, he's done well getting the dead ball line again. Showed good energy on that side, 2 or 3 occasions, just overhit that one.
Going to have another change here. Manchester United going to bring off James Bailey. Going to be replaced by Louis Bradbury. Chance for the youngster here. Another prospect brought into the Manchester United academy. It's an absolute conveyor belt of talent, isn't it? This Manchester United academy. Louis Bradbury, who we've only seen a couple of times this season, will certainly run for you. See how much he can have an impact on the remainder of the game. Back by Camerson, knocked out of play. Should be a Manchester United throw-in. For those of you wondering about Louis Bradbury, Welsh by nationality, centre forward. Enjoys scoring goals like any centre forward should. Joined from Shrewsbury a couple of years back. Had a play from Victor Musa. Five minutes of this first half of extra time left to play. Bradbury chasing that down. Scanlon trying to help out. Colin Beckis galloping forward. It's a neat touch out on that far side. West Ham into the penalty area. Out comes the goalkeeper. Hooked back towards goal. Reece Monroe is going to clear it away. Another chance here. Shot goes over the top. I can also tell you that Louis Bradbury arrived a little bit later than the rest of the team last night because he had to wait to the end of school before he travelled down.
Had to get his homework done.
Joined up with the squad a little bit afterwards. West Ham send the ball back to Owesu. Bradbury closing down.
Yeah, not far away from getting. Yeah, not far away from getting a block on that.
Actually, it's that hard work that sets Manchester United going again here. Fletcher. Camerson to Scanlon. A little bit of a rejig across that front line for Manchester United, and James Scanlon coming off the left onto his right foot, going to get the strike away. Brought down by West Ham. Adieli sends it forward, gets it back here, the fullback, and then the referee says it's a free kick.
It was his arm, I think, that he, with the second challenge. The first challenge was good again from Monroe. The second challenge, I think he just used his arm.
Gets the yellow card too. Definitely got some players struggling with a bit of cramp. Not an awful lot in it, is there?
Well,
just that arm?
Just enough to put him off into his stride. First challenge was okay.
Still got a player down here being treated for cramp by his teammates. Josh Ajala hops back to his feet. It is sore on a cold and blustery day. You've run your legs off for 103 minutes. Thwaites comes back to Fletcher. Who's going to be the hero? Can anybody find a way through before we get to penalties? Out to the left-hand side where Camerson brings it under control. Sorry, Plunkett brings it under control. Gets to the byline again, just checks back.
Yeah, he's done well again, getting us 30, 40 yards further up the pitch. Just couldn't quite get the cross in there.
Monroe. Out to the right-hand side where Musa has now taken up residence. Finds the ball to Bradbury. Offside flag goes up against the Welshman.
Yeah, another offside. This linesman's been eagle-eyed at that. And so's the other guy on the other side. Seen through groups of players and from 50 yards away.
Yeah. A couple of those that have been a little on the curious side, shall we say. Clearance is straight back to Manchester United. Scanlon keeps the ball, holds it up. Now can he find a way into the penalty area? Looks to poke it through. Comes back out to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald finds Bradbury. Bradbury. Ball goes down inside the penalty area and it goes behind. Referee is going to say goal kick. A little bit of a shout for Dante Plunkett going down inside the box. I don't think there was any real conviction behind it.
Shot from Bradbury gets blocked. When it comes to Plunkett, he's...
I tell you,
Well, the ball's gone and then the leg comes out.
I tell you, it's a little bit more of a shout than I thought it was.
Again, the referee's been right up with the play all the time, right on top of it.
Owesu is going to get the clearance back downfield, probably getting towards the last action of the first 15 minutes of extra time. One back by Thwaites. Slipped through, tidied up. Reece Munro gets the time shout. Knows he's got enough space to turn. To Fletcher. Tyler Fletcher. Through the lines to Plunkett. Dante Plunkett cuts in field. Tyler Fletcher helping out again. Finds James Scanlon. Scanlon is offside.
Yeah, you can tell the centre-backs for West Ham are pushed up, arms in the air, a la Tony Adams many years ago. Makes the linesman's mind up, or you're asking the linesman, please flag for offside.
In a situation like that, you're just gonna, you almost have to deliver that ball a little bit quicker, don't you, to try and negate the offside trap. That is the end of the first half of extra time. Again, only really one side that have caused any real threat in that opening 15 minutes of the time added at the end of the 90. And it's Manchester United unable to find a breakthrough. And at the end of the first half of extra time, Manchester United still level. It's West Ham 2, Manchester United 2. So, Manchester United to get us underway at the start of the second half of extra time. Everybody's back out on the field, everybody's ready to go. Who can step up and find the winner? Who can be the hero today? We will find out. Referee checks in with his assistants, sorts his watch. United get us underway in the second half of extra time at Rush Green, locked at 2 apiece with West Ham. A place in the semi-finals of the Under-18s Premier League Cup is at stake. 15 minutes followed by spot kicks if they're required. Fletcher goes round the corner. Victor Musa, who's now in a wide right position, comes back in field to Fletcher. And now Reece Munro. Slight switch around for United with the substitutions that have been made. We've now got James Scanlon wide left rather than wide right as he was in normal time. Victor Musa is now wide right with Louis Bradbury as the centre forward for United. This is Scanlon. Gets it across to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald goes down under the challenge, makes a challenge while he's down from underneath the challenge, and then James Scanlon just gets a little too tight.
Yeah, you can't get too frustrated. Scanlon's coming in, and once you raise your arm and push an opponent, should have been a foul there for Fitzgerald. Doesn't get it, and then the frustration kicks in.
I mean, all he's done there is he's run towards him. He's put his hands up, but it's the perception of that, isn't it?
Well, the referee's expecting that. That's what I think. And certainly the West Ham players are delighted about that because they get a free kick and get a chance to clear it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real contact. We've got to be careful that we don't eliminate contact from the game completely. You've got to be able to get touch tight. Fitzgerald comes down this side to Plunkett. Plunkett's got a little bit of space to move in here. He's going to get the cross away too towards the back post, which is headed away. Clearance is not perfect from DK. Second attempt though, thumps it down the ground. Thwaites to Dan Armour. Plunkett again. Got Scanlon with him. Fletcher. Fletcher just sees it open up for him. Thinks about that right-footed attempt, doesn't he? You can sort of see him telegraph it. Then the door closes on him and the clearance is away. Now it's recovery runs time for Manchester United, as Andre Dike is going to get the cross into the penalty area, comes all the way through the box. Headed away by Armour. Fitzgerald tries to help that on. Back into the centre it goes. This is the most ball that West Ham have had inside the extra time period, and it forces a decent save from Will Murdoch.
Very good save at this stage of the proceedings. He's bobbling in front of him, takes a skip, makes sure he gets a strong hand on that to help it round the corner.
It was Dike who had the effort, and it does bounce right in front of him, Arthur, you're right. So, corner kick for West Ham. Everybody taking on their roles here for Manchester United. Fearon is going to take the corner, whips it in, headed away near post. Still not entirely cleared by Manchester United. Ball's cleared away. Referee says nothing doing, despite the bellowing cries from West Ham United, Arthur.
Yeah, you've just got to be careful. As a United defender, you got to ground the box. You've got to make sure you get some bit of the ball, because there's going to be people falling all over the place. Tiredness kicking in as well. They'll be playing for that.
On that occasion, enough of the ball was got by United. Cross is going to come in. It's built by Owesu, but he manages to regather before United player can get there. This is the opportunity again as it comes back into the box. Take a look at this challenge that comes in. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ball won there. It's never a penalty in a minute.
No, but you will get people throwing themselves at it. You just got to hope that ref's up with the play.
Well done, Victor
Challenge.
Musa. Dante Plunkett does very well too. We have played coming up 5 minutes of the second half of extra time. Dante Plunkett down the left. In field it comes to Fitzgerald. Worked back out to the left, and Plunkett, just a loose touch, allows West Ham to break away. The run from Andre Dike is a good one. Reece Monroe's going to try and get over there to cover it off. Dike pulls it back to the edge of the penalty area. United trying to get the tackle in, haven't managed to do so. Eventually, it's a brilliant bit of recovery from Jayden Camerson. He's got Manchester United moving as well here, Camerson.
Yeah, he's done well there.
It's James Scanlon. Cuts in field. Looking for the right pass now. Thwaites. Back out to the left. Camerson. Camerson's going to try and get to the byline, pulls the cross in. Chance here for United as Musa hits it, comes down for Scanlon in the penalty area. It's cleared away.
Great attempt there from Musa. Good block by the centre-back. Oyebade. Thought that was a goal.
Thwaites comes back out to the left-hand side. United turning the screw. Camerson. Trying to get the cross away. Too many legs in front of him. That cross is into the penalty area. Loose inside the box now. Fletcher to Monroe. Manchester United just calming everything down. Plunkett. Fitzgerald bends one into the penalty area, which is thumped away by Golan Bekis, who immediately grabs the back of his right thigh. Plunkett. It's so compact in the middle of that penalty area.
Yeah, you've got to use your width. Got to try and get it out wide or stretch these two banks of four. Well, everybody's back.
Referee says there's no foul on Jayden Camerson. For all the world to me like there was a foul on Jayden Camerson. Fearon out to the left. It's Dike again. Tries to get one into the penalty area. Adieli.
Yeah, good defender from Monroe again, getting that cleared.
Bradbury gets this away down the right towards Musa. Out of play from West Ham. The nerves and the pressure on both of these sides palpable at the moment. We're going to see another change from West Ham. It's Riley Hagen who is being prepared. Who he's coming on for will be Jethro Medine. So fullback's going to make way, and West Ham are going to chuck on midfielder to try and give themselves an opportunity to make the breakthrough. 6.5 minutes to go. Feels a little early to start making penalty kick changes at this stage. Ball is out with Plunkett. Manchester United still think they can win this in extra time. Plunkett thumps the cross in, manages to get to the deflection too. Loose inside the penalty area. West Ham scramble it clear. This game is still there to be won, Arthur.
Well, they've done all the right things. They've tried to get the ball wide. As you pointed out before, Musa's gone wide on the right-hand side. Scanlon's come over at this left-hand side, trying to stretch this West Ham defence.
It's the throw. Hagen makes his impact with a good first challenge. Fearon running away. It's DK that's into the penalty area here. Going to need another big save. It's going to be rolled wide. Or Manchester United again just caught out. Plenty of players committed forward. That counter-attack from West Ham couldn't be kept on target.
Yeah, Monroe's marking stride for stride there. I thought the tackle was going to come in, but he's running alongside. Thinks he slotted that away there, but Murdoch's got that covered. I think he'd have saved it. If it's on target, I think he saves that.
Good defending all round if that's the case. Scanlon. Scanlon, who's up to 11 goals for the season now after his contribution today. Like to find the winner, I'm sure, as that flicked header is just going to go wide of the mark as well. Owesu collects the ball from the cone. Pushing his team upfield. 4.5 minutes of extra time left to play. Headed away by Armour. Camerson keeps this away from DK. Goes down that side. That will be a free kick and a yellow card for the West Ham substitute.
Yeah, good running from Camerson again as we get to later stages of extra time. Still got that energy to get forward.
And a few yellow cards. 7 in total in this game. In fact, more than that, because of the one on the bench as well. So I think it might be 8 in total. Scanlon bends one into the penalty area. Well, that could have gone absolutely anywhere off the foot of Rayan Oyabadi. It eventually goes behind for a corner.
Yeah, centre-back's been very solid for them, but missed kick there as you would get in the last second period extra time. As you say, it could have went anywhere.
Well, he'll put that down as a successful clearance. I mean, there's no chance that ball's in the quadrant either from United. Flying head comes in from Reece Monroe. Pops out to the edge of the penalty area. Fitzgerald can't get the pass away to Fletcher. Long ball forward is too far ahead of Shawamni. Switch of play is a good one. Finds Thwaites in a bit of space. Needs the overlap, gets it in Plunkett. Coming central is so congested, Arthur.
Yeah, it's all claret and blue bodies there, and right all back defender in their own box.
Camerson. Fitzgerald puts the ball into the area. It's turned away by West Ham. Good turn from Jace Fitzgerald.
Yeah,
Wins
piece
the
of
free
skill
kick
there.
too.
Great piece of skill.
Well, if anybody is going to get it from this stage, you feel like it's Manchester United, but West Ham have been so dangerous on that counter. Ball floated into the penalty area. Weisu is underneath it just about.
The presence in the centre of West Ham's defence is all by their centre backs. They're all bigger. It's got to be a spot on ball going in to pick somebody out in there. That's why it's easier if somebody can get a dead ball in and put a ball in. Defenders are running back towards their own goal then.
Armour to Scanlon. Scanlon comes across to Fitzgerald. Fletcher pushes it wide to Camerson, continues his run. Camerson puts this into the penalty area towards the back post. Scanlon herring after it, does keep it in. Tries to find himself a bit of space. Picks out Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald back to Scanlon. Scanlon from the edge of the penalty area, curls one towards goal. Oh, it's come off the outside of the post. Well, it was curling all the way in. Everybody lost sight of it. It's come off the outside of the post and away.
I think the keeper lost sight of it as well. He thought it was going well wide. The way they bend on that, takes a bounce and jumps up and just comes off the post. That's twice we've hit the woodwork where we might have won it.
James Scanlon has done absolutely everything right, hasn't he? The amount of curl that he's put on that ball. It's like a Shane Warne delivery to Mike Gatting. Just absolutely no chance of getting on the end of it. Here is Scanlon again. Can have another go from that distance. Stands one up towards the back post again, but nobody arriving at that back post.
Yeah, there's a danger when he's on that left-hand side and cuts in on his right foot.
That's where we've seen him so much this season, isn't it, James Scanlon?
Exactly.
He's probably looking for somebody to make the run at the back post there, but it doesn't happen. In fact, he gets an apology from Victor Musa, who was coming in from that right-hand side, just not quickly enough. All the way back it goes. That's it. On to penalty kicks we go. Neither side are able to break the deadlock in extra time at the end of the 90. Opportunities for Manchester United, including James Scanlon hitting the post, but at the end of extra time, heading to penalties, it's West Ham United 2, Manchester United 2. Spot kicks next. Strikes a ball well from a dead ball situation, Jim Thwaites. He will very much want to get his side off on the right foot. Referee and assistants will now have a conversation with the goalkeepers about what they expect from their conduct as these penalties are taken. It will be stay on your line, please don't step off your line. Don't waste too much time if you can help it. I wonder what that feels like. That must be quite a lonely feeling for Jim Thwaites, stood there away from all of his teammates. Pressure of the first penalty. Up steps Jim Thwaites then from 12 yards and scores for Manchester United, tucked away really neatly to his right-hand side. The goalkeeper's left, goes the right direction, the keeper, but can't get a hand to it.
Yeah, a good striker of the ball, just like the free kicks he's been hitting, and was unlucky not to win it during normal time.
Next up will be Sowumni for West Ham. He is their top goal scorer this season. Kind of makes sense that it would be him to take the first one. Manchester United applying the pressure. Can West Ham respond? It's been nip and tuck all the way through the game. Up steps Sowumni. Oh, he's put it wide. An early error from West Ham United and scoop wide of the mark. Goalkeeper went the right way again. No save was required.
It's easy for me to say, if you hit the target, the keeper's got to save it.
Well, keeper goes the right way.
Yeah,
I
was
think
going the right way, yeah.
could easily have made the save if it was on target. James Scanlon for Manchester United to increase the Reds' advantage. Places the ball down, up he steps, right-footed, and scores for Manchester United. 2 from 2 for Manchester United's under-18s against West Ham. And the advantage very much with Adam Lawrence's side.
Yeah, good striker of the ball, Scanlon, isn't he? We've seen him do that many a time. And again, another player like Thwaites who almost won it in normal time for us, coming off the woodwork.
Josh Ajala is the next one up for West Ham. The number 9 has the opportunity to get his side back into it. A miss for West Ham here would be almost terminal, you feel, to be 2-0 down in a shootout after 4 penalties. So he needs to hit the target for his side here. Up against Will Murdoch, right-footed penalty taker, strikes it goalwards and does score for West Ham. They are on the board.
Yeah,
2-1 United.
Yeah, comfortable for him. Being a striker, you expect him to do that.
And he does drill home. Once the keeper's gone the wrong way, makes life a bit tricky. Right, Jace Fitzgerald for Manchester United. Fitzgerald, who saw the goalkeeper thwart him in the second half, will very much like to hit the target and give Manchester United a 3-1 lead. Up he steps, strikes it. That's a really good penalty from Jace Fitzgerald. Batters it into the top left-hand corner.
The roof of the net. We've seen him score free kicks over the last few seasons as well, or attempt to. Great striker of the ball.
It's a really good penalty. A really good penalty. Up next will be Eridas Golambekis for West Ham. Can West Ham find their way back again? Ball is placed. Very straight run-up from Golambekis. Will strike this right-footed against Murdoch and puts it away well. And again, goalkeeper sent the wrong direction. West Ham pull it back to 3-2.
Yeah, good strike. I don't think many keepers would save that.
Victor Musa steps up for United. Ball is placed on the spot by Victor Musa. Cool customer. This one will be a left-footed attempt. First left-footed penalty we have seen today. Up steps Musa, stutters, and it's saved by the goalkeeper. Doesn't quite get the direction on it, Victor Musa, that he needs to steer it away from the goalkeeper. And now it's 1 miss each.
Yeah, just had that stutter leading up to it. You've got to be really confident to do that.
Adiele is next up for West Ham. This to give them the lead, to bring them level in the shootout. 1 miss each. Manchester United have taken 4, West Ham have taken 3, and it's the fullback, Adiele, that steps up next for the Hammers. Sends this one goalwards. That's a really good penalty as well. Thumped home, plenty of power, and we are level.
Yeah, decent left foot. The fullback Adiele had a good first half when he was getting forward for his side. Not so much after that.
Tyler Fletcher up next for Manchester United. As he strides towards the penalty spot. Had a really good game, Tyler Fletcher. He's run his legs off. And now he just needs to keep his head, as we are into essentially sudden death at this stage. Fletcher places the ball on the spot. Pressurised penalty, this one. The next couple, in fact, will be pressurised. Steadies himself, Fletcher, 12 yards away from the keeper, strikes it. That's a really good penalty as well. Power gets it high into the left-hand side. Manchester United edge ahead.
Yeah, another one giving the keeper no chance at all.
It's a really well executed penalty, isn't it? Next up, Riley Hagen, substitute in the second half of extra time. Into the penalty area he comes to place the ball on the spot. Maybe he was the specialist penalty taker, Arthur, in the anchor leg for West Ham, taking their 5th penalty.
He looks a bit younger, this lad that came off the bench.
Riley Hagen then up against Will Murdoch, sends it goalwards, rattles it off the inside of the post, and we are into sudden death proper. Well, good penalties all round, just a couple of misses. Now an opportunity for Louis Bradbury. What can Manchester United conjure up? Can they find a save? Can they continue to score? Louis Bradbury, the first one up. Takes 8 steps back, stands on the 18-yard line. Now steps up, looping run up. Oh, he's put it over the bar. Louis Bradbury can't hit the target. And an opportunity for West Ham to go through to the Premier League Cup semi-finals if they can score their 6th penalty.
Oh, good enough strike, just unfortunately got underneath it.
Who has the responsibility? It is Chinaza and Nwosu. It was lovely captaincy that from Reece Monroe, going and putting his arm around Louis Bradbury, the youngster. Nwosu hits this one goalwards, and it is West Ham that go through to the Premier League Cup semi-final. They've beaten Manchester United on penalties. An early miss atoned for. West Ham with 5 consecutive perfect penalties, which sees them through to the next round of the Cup on penalty kicks by 5 goals to 4.